Hey, welcome to Everyday Reviews. You know what they say, third time's a charm, right? We are in the brand new Kia EV9 for the third time. Not that the other two were bad. By the way, if you haven't watched our launch video of this, make sure to click the link in the video description. So that was a launch video. Number two, we actually had it for a week back at home, and I really wanted Cynthia to try it out because this is kind of on one of the vehicles on our list that if we want to upgrade to something bigger, we're considering it. And but we had a snowstorm. It was parked for most of the week, but that's still a good real life video. You know, does it fit in the garage, all that stuff. So I'll leave that link as well. But we have it back today. A little bit better weather, and in this time, Cynthia gets to drive it almost the whole time. So let's go for number three.
Yeah.
So other than a couple trips to the grocery store, this has been 100% Cynthia for driving this vehicle. So Cynthia, you've used it for your everyday, uses, school, kids.
It's my turn. I won't give it. I won't
horses.
Give it to him.
So tell us a little bit about, what do you think of this vehicle, starting from the outside?
Oh, the styling is great. I love it. It's boxy. It was, modified tiger nose and as those digital display with lights. It's so modern. And also I like the color ocean blue. It's just striking under the sun.
So yesterday you dropped me off. We were at, to the grocery store, and so she parked. I went shopping. I came out, and I'm like, it was so easy to spot this vehicle because it's so bright. Yeah, so it is a big vehicle, by the way. It's big. Think like Telluride. It's about the same size as a Telluride. Okay, so inside, what about it?
Inside, I like how actually simple it looks inside, and very few buttons, but very key buttons you really want it. Like the temperature, the volume, and then on the door you have the easy use like heated seats, ventilated seats, and heated steering wheel. All those things, it makes your life easier. Yeah,
a lot of premium touches, and I'm with you there. I like screens and stuff like that, but give me real buttons to do things quick.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, very premium looking, feeling. You got the ambient lighting. Even you even have the kind of an ergo seat, so it's kind of like a massaging seat for the driver, and even power tilt and telescopic steering wheel, even head-up display, like you name it, this thing has got it. Comfort, storage-wise, what'd you think?
Lots of storage. The bottom part is very convenient, and then the top part I really like actually the
drink holders.
Drink holders. It appears when you need it. If you don't need it, just tuck it away.
Yep, and you can also fit your phone in there. This also has wireless charging, but the screen-wise, you have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and you have even like a smaller screen in between the two 12.3 inch, so that's for your climate control. Lots of things. One difference that I found is this has the blind spot monitor, which has, when you turn the signal on, it actually shows your video of your left or right side. We have that on our Ioniq 5 as well, but the seating position and maybe the steering wheel on this, I can see it on this one much better. On the Ioniq 5, it's actually blocked by the steering wheel from my seating position.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit higher seating on this one.
Yeah. Also, cargo room. Love the cargo room. First of all, I got to try out my new Blue Eddy multi-cooler. I'm super excited. I'm sorry.
Passion out here.
I'm going to hijack this review for a second because this cooler is a battery-powered cooler, and it works as a fridge, a freezer, and it makes ice. And it is going to live in our vehicle. We're going to plug it in when we have it, and we can just shop to our heart's content and not have to rush home to get that ice cream in the freezer. But anyways, lots of room back there. You can fold them down, all the seats down, obviously, but they're all power folding on this GT line. I do want to mention, though, the second row, they fold flat, but not completely flat. There's a little bit of an incline to it. But
it's comfortable enough for you to lie down in there.
Yes, Cynthia tried out. We put an air mattress in there, plenty of length. You could be well over 6 foot tall and lay back there. So a lot of people are doing weekend camping trips now, and they're staying in their EV because it's nice and, you know, climate controlled. You're safe from all the wildlife and things like this. So yeah, so I think that's a big plus there. Second row, kids sat back there. What do they like?
Oh, kids! Oh, they could not wait to get into the car. We go training a lot, right?
Yeah.
After training, they're hungry, tired, climbed into the car, lift up their footrest, extended that middle part of the storage or table.
The center console. Yeah.
And just chill and put their little snack there, have a quick snack and rest, and it's nice and quiet for me as well.
Yeah, it's like it's their own little picnic oasis back there, and yeah, that's when she says training, they're horse training, and that's kind of why we're considering a larger vehicle because you know, horses take a lot of tack and saddles and things like this. When you go to the horse shows, then yeah, like our vehicle's a little bit small for that. This would really fit the bill.
With the space. Sure.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the drive now. How's the drive?
Actually the drive, because I'm very used to drive our Ioniq 5, which is a way smaller car than this one, and this one does make me feel driving a bigger car, heavier car, but it is very smooth, very quiet, very connected. I really like it.
Yeah, I honestly feel like it feels really wide and big. You definitely notice the Ioniq 5 feels like a large hatch, and this feels like an SUV.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like a proper SUV size. And, you know, it's really nice that it has the 360 cameras to help in that aspect there if you're not used to it. But yeah, I think the ride's really smooth.
Super smooth.
It's fast. You got 379 horsepower, I believe, or 378 around there. And 560 pound-feet of torque. This thing launches. To the floor, there's 60 right there. That is pretty quick for a huge or pretty big 3-row electric SUV. This also is equipped with a digital key, and that is like, I wish our Ioniq 5 had that. The newer ones do though. It's a godsend because Cynthia never knows where the keys are, right? And so this way you can just use your phone, and it's so much nicer.
Yeah, I lose the phone altogether.
I'm constantly, she won't lose her phone, but she loses the keys all the time. I'm constantly, where's the keys? She's like, oh, she's pulling it out of everywhere, and yeah, anyways. That's all great. Are there any drawbacks though?
I always find for a family vehicle, I love to have the feature for the rear doors to have the keyless access. Just because, you know, with kids, you wait for them to get out, and then I carry stuff, and then it's hard to just go back to have to lock that front door again. Another thing that kids actually pointed it out is rear doors are quite heavy. If you park on a little bit of hill, it's really hard for them to actually physically close it. And a couple of times I did have to pop out and close those doors for them. I don't think that's bad. It's just what happens when we actually use it.
Yeah, those are, you know why? Is because those doors are big.
Yeah.
They are big doors, so they are heavy. But you know, a lot of people, you know, go and consider, you know, heavy doors mean well built as well, you know,
quality.
safety, right?
Yeah.
So that, you know, that's not a huge thing. I agree on the proximity sensors. I wish that they had the little button or whatever with if you have key fob to open those rear doors. You do get the power smart trunk though, which is a bonus as well. That's also nice. But I said it before, I have a hard time finding anything wrong with this vehicle. Like anything. Oh, one thing, it's nothing wrong, but I'll criticize it a little bit, is that this is the GT line. You get 6 passengers, 6 seats. You cannot get this in a 7-passenger configuration if you want the top trim, and that's almost par for the course. Almost all manufacturers do that. I just wish that they would consider the people that want to have all the bells and whistles but want to have 7 passengers.
Yeah.
So that is just one little thing. But yeah, I said it before, it's really hard to find any faults. In fact, you know, this year at the Canadian International Auto Show, they did the Canadian Car of the Year, they do the utility, the EV Utility of the Year as well, and I cannot believe that this EV9 did not win this. Like, what other vehicle is there out there that can compete with this car? You know, as an EV. First of all, it's an EV. Range-wise, you know, it's rated like 420, but we're getting 480.
Oh yeah, the other day at full charge, beautiful weather though. 490.
490. So you get good range, you get all-wheel drive, you got lots of power, you have beautiful appointments, 3 rows
Very
for
premium,
passengers.
everything.
Yeah, like there's really nothing wrong. Plus, they actually priced this very, very well. If you get the GT line, it's quite expensive in regards to the lowest one. This runs just under $80,000. But in Canada, this actually qualifies for provincial and federal rebates. So that brings it right down. And there's, once again, in the regular mainstream SUV electric class, there's nothing like that. You have your Rivians, your Tesla Model X, your Mercedes, but those are all in a different category and priced a lot more. Speaking of Rivian, we tested that R1S, loved it. It's so rugged. But that's the thing, though. That is a very good vehicle if you are going 4-wheel driving all the time, off-road. Perfect vehicle for that. But for everyday driving, I would prefer this one. It's more comfortable, I find, and you have multiple regen settings, including automatic, and you can turn one pedal driving off. Rivian, one pedal driving only, drives me nuts. It really, really drives me nuts. But that's all for another video of my one pedal driving rant. So would you consider this vehicle?
Absolutely. Actually, the more I drive it, and the more I love it. I think it really fits our lifestyle, actually. We love our Ioniq, but for the actual room we need, this would be perfect.
So yeah, I 100% agree with you on pretty well everything you said. This is very, very rare that we are in agreement, this much. So you never know. This may be something that you might see in our garage, one day, for sure. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment below, and what do you think of it?
Yeah.
Till next time, ciao.
Ciao.